Look, man, that's what I'm saying. You know it's messed up when King Kong Ortiz enrolled in the Body Clean Boxing program and Errol Spence ass ain't enrolled yet. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Oh, hey, what's going on? Um, Look, before I get into the subject of this video, man, um, the other day, Kell Brook, did a weigh-in where he's like 153, like only 6 pounds from 147, and people was making noise about it and all that. You know, people amazed that he is on track to make weight. You know, as I have, I don't know if I've said it on video, but as I felt all along, man. Look, Kell naturally walks around in the high 170s, probably at 180. Would not surprise me if maybe a little bit heavier than that. I have no idea. But, people thought he put on all this extra weight to fight Golovkin and all this and that, man. He just had to cut less weight. That's all that was, man. And he is now doing what he has done his whole career, cutting down to 147. No big deal from the weight, okay? So this was not a big deal to me. That's why you did not see me doing a separate video on it. I'm not shocked the man is a professional. He's one of the best in the world. And, I expect it to be this way. All right, now, I also want to touch on this real quick because I came across this that same day of the weigh-in, okay? And it is not, big enough for me to do a separate video on, just something real quick. It's on skysports.com, all right? I'm not sure of the original date of this because it says last updated April 18th, 2017. But this obviously was done before the fight was announced, before the fight was official. All right, it is titled, Errol Spence Jr. would welcome Kell Brook world title fight in Britain, says Derrick James. All right, it's on skysports.com, okay, by Tim Hobbs. All right, there were two quotes in this article that I wanted to point out, all right, that supports what I have said all along about the way they underestimate Kell Brook and underrate him, all right, or overrate him, I guess, maybe depending on how you look at it. Well, I guess it would be underrated. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. This is from Derrick James, okay? On paper, it might look like a step up for Errol, but so far I have only watched one of his fights against Triple G, and he looked a pretty good fighter, but he certainly ain't phenomenal. Okay? Let me say it again. On paper, it might look like a big step up for Errol, but so far I've only watched one of his fights against Triple G, and he looked a pretty good fighter, but he certainly ain't phenomenal. All right, so, again, not super impressed, not thinking much of Kell Brook. All right. He goes on to say, let's see, where is it? All right. Another quote. I think he's a good fighter, but I wasn't super impressed thinking, oh my God, he's amazing. Again, I think he's a good fighter, but I wasn't super impressed thinking, oh my God, he's amazing. These guys should be looking at Kell Brook as the best welterweight in the world. They should be looking at him as one of the best of all time. They should be training, thinking that this guy is the elite of the elite, and they should be saying that in public. As I've said, if they were to beat Kell Brook, then they could say, hey, we are the best welterweight in the world now because we beat the best guy. But saying this, they downgrading the champion. So then people come and say, well, the guy, he wasn't that great anyway, so what have you done? The wrong approach, the wrong mindset going into this fight. I have suspected that he had not looked at much film of Kell Brook. And, he said he saw the Triple G fight. I don't know how much he saw, but his impressions obviously were not that good. He may have seen the Porter fight now with it being uploaded to YouTube. But this is just the terrible mindset, man. If he had seen Kell on film, this was it, and he did not think much of the guy. That's the way I'm seeing it, man. And this explains his reaction to TBV when they questioned about, is the public underrating Kell Brook because of his performance against Triple G, not respecting him enough. And he was like, he didn't really give an answer because he's feeling like, I guess, what they say, like the public would feel, that Kell isn't that good. A poor, terrible mindset going into a championship fight. he should be thanking the world of Kell Brook, man. All right. So just wanted to point that was on the record to Sky Sports from Derrick James. All right. So it confirms what I've said. The way they look at Kell Brook, not thinking very, very highly of the guy, man. You know. All right. Now let me get to the subject of this video. Okay. This fight was a lot more one-sided than I even remember, man. As I've said, I did not know much about Kell at the time of this fight. I put money on Shawn Porter to win this fight. The odds were not huge. He was a slight favorite to win. Kell was a slight underdog. And, like I said, Porter was looking like an animal. He was looking like the welterweight Mike Tyson. And I went with Porter, because when I looked at Kell on film, I was like Derrick James. I saw just a little bit of him on film, not even a full fight, and I was like, man, this guy looks kind of basic, And hey, then I saw the Porter fight, and I realized this guy was one of the best welterweights in the world. All right, but as I've said, man, I did not disagree with a 117, 111 scorecard as one judge had it, man. This is not going to be popular probably, but, man, I judged this fight 120 to 109. This fight was not close at all to me. The best I could give Porter was an even round in the 10th round, man. I'll give you my round-by-round notes, but, this just, I remember at the end of the fight, this was the second time I saw the fight. I saw it live when it happened, and of course I just saw it before doing this. When I saw it live, as I said, I've had money on Porter, and I said to myself, man, I lost this bet, man. My heart sank. I felt that that Brook was the superior fighter, that it was a one-sided fight, and I just felt that I had lost unless I got a screw job decision. And like I said, when I saw it live, it broke my heart to see, these Brits, celebrating in the ring in America, winning the title, taking the title from here back to the UK. But, the guy won fair and square, man. And I did not judge it that night, but judging it, looking at it now, breaking it down, man, the fight was not close, man. All right, round 1, 10-9 Brook. The round was even punch for punch until the very end of the round when Kell lands a hard 1-2. Round 2, 10-9 Brook. Brook landing cleaner, effective shots, jabs, flush right hands. Brook gets cut from a headbutt over the eye, which later on in the fight they showed the replay of it, and man, it looked very intentional from Porter. He was right there looking at Brook and just launched his head right into it, man. Terrible. Okay, round 3, 10-9 Brook. Brook landed 2 to 3 flush right hands. Porter rushing in, but not being effective. Round 4, 10-9 Brook. Boxing lesson. Brook landed 1-2 jabs, straight rights. Porter not being effective. Round 5, 10-9 Brook. Won the round mainly with movement and a jab to head and body, keeping Porter at bay. 1-2 also landed. Round 6, 10-9 Brook. Continues to win with boxing skills, jab and movement. Porter landed some lefts in a clinch, but not enough to win the round. Porter pulled Brook in and got cut over the right eye with a headbutt. Round 7, 10-9 Brook. Round was even, but Kell stole it with an aggressive flurry that sent Porter to the ropes in the last 20 seconds. Round 8, 10-9 Brook. More 1-2s and Kell winning with boxing. Porter ineffective. Round 9, 10-9 Brook. Left hook, jab, 1-2, Porter looking beat up. I mean, as the fight was going on, man, it was getting hard to concentrate, man, because it was just so one-sided in my eyes, man. Round 10, that was the 10-10 round that I scored. Porter did nothing effective until the end of the round. He landed a combo. Brook landed chick left hook and had an aggressive combo before that. Lots of clinching in the round, so I scored an even round. Round 11, 10-9 Brook. Dominant round for Brook. Jabs. Hurt Porter with a left, making him stumble a bit. Landed clean, effective shots. Round 12, 10-9 Brook. Round was even until Brook landed a 1-2 at the end. And in my notes after the fight, the butt that caused Kell's cut looked intentional from the replay. Kell landed the cleaner, effective punches throughout the fight. Porter looked more beat up after the fight with bruising around the right eye. The only mark on Kell was from the headbutt. The clinching in the fight is overblown by the public. Porter would ineffectively rush in. Kell would neutralize with movement and tying him up. Kell didn't go forward to clinch Porter. Porter went to Kell, causing a lot of the clinching. The fight wasn't close. Boxing lesson. You know, that's the way I see it, guys. May not be popular. People may think that I'm seeing that way because I'm a Kell Brook fan, but you know, as I said, man, that night I had money on Porter, and I knew Porter lost the fight, man. My heart sank, and I did not score that night, but I knew that it was a one-sided fight. That you know, that Brook was superior, man. And hell, it looks even worse to me now than it did then. I think the numbers on this fight was way off, and you know, that's just the way I see it, guys. You guys can let me know what you think. But I was like Derrick James, thinking that Kell Brook was not that special or dynamic. When I did my little film study, I just saw maybe a round of Kell Brook on YouTube, and I was like, man, this guy's still on the outside, you know, kind of sticking and moving, you know, maintaining distance. I was like, man, this don't look that phenomenal, you know. I'm gonna play Porter in this fight, man. And what happened? I lost. You know, Derrick James thinking that Kell Brook not that phenomenal, as he was on the record saying in Sky Sports. Man, these guys with no head movement, no combos, you know, underestimating this guy, man. Going to his hometown, telling you, man, I think the wrong approach, man. And these guys are in for a wake-up call, guys. Let me know what you thought about this fight. If you have seen it since it's been posted, you know, uploaded on YouTube by Showtime. Thanks for watching.